Yes, fats you eat are triglycerides, and each molecule is composed of one glycerol molecule and three fatty acids. Triglycerides are the main stores of body fat. They are stored in adipose cells widely distributed over the body, mainly under the skin, around deep blood vessels, and in the abdominal cavity, and to a lesser degree in association with muscles. So when you see a guy fat as ever, you know where most of the fats are stored to give that shape, under the skin called subcutaneous fat, and the protruding belly due to the visceral fat. There are three kinds of macronutrients in the diet we eat: carbs, fats, and proteins. Today our discussion is on fats and what happens to them in our body. Most of the dietary fats we eat are natural oils, both polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, and animal saturated fats are all packaged as triglycerides in the foods that we eat. Fish also has healthy fats in oil form called omega-3 fatty acids, so they are called oily fish. They are low-calorie seafoods. These fatty acid carbon chains are further classified as long chain, medium chain referred to as MCT, and short chain fatty acids. Long chain fatty acids have 13 to 22 carbons in the chains. They are found in mostly in oils, including olive oil, soybean oil, fish, nuts, avocados, and meat. Saturated long-chain fats include myristic acid, palmitic acid, stearic acid, and arachidic acid. These are fatty acids found in dairy fat, coconut oil, palm kernel oil, peanut oil, and other vegetable oils. To reduce your risk of heart disease and stroke, the National Heart Foundation recommends 250 to 500 milligrams per day of long-chain omega-3 fatty acids. You may be taking them in daily in capsule form. So when we eat dietary fats, we are really eating triglycerides as mentioned before. Do veggies we eat have fats? Plant fats such as in nuts, seeds, avocados, olives, and oils made from plants like sunflowers, soybean, and safflower tend to have a higher proportion of monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats, except for coconut, palm kernel, and palm oils. Leafy vegetables contain no fat, so we are clear what dietary foods we consume day to day has fats in fatty acid form, including the veggies we eat. They are all found as triglycerides. Triglycerides are lipid compounds composed of an alcohol glycerol attached to three fatty acid chains of varying length and composition as mentioned earlier. So in a triglyceride molecule you could have saturated or unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated fats seem to cling onto surfaces, whether onto your plate you are about to wash after enjoying a fatty meal, or internally in the blood vessels and fatty tissues. You know how extra soap suds are needed to remove the oily fats on your plates after eating a fatty meal. Fats are sticky, no wonder they cling and settle down on smooth surfaces like the blood vessels to form plaques. Now let's discuss about the process of digestion and absorption of triglycerides. These dietary triglycerides are broken down into smaller chain fatty acids in the gut by pancreatic lipases after being emulsified by bile salts in the bile. In the gut inner lining cells, the glycerol and the three fatty acids gets repacked together to form a ball called the chylomicron, whose role will be to transport the triglycerides to the liver. So, the triglycerides are broken down into glycerol and fatty acids in the gut for digestion and absorption, and reformed into triglycerides in the gut again to be transported as chylomicrons. These fatty triglycerides are not water soluble to be carried in our bloodstream to its destination. So the core of triglyceride gets surrounded by a monolayer of a phospholipid, cholesterol and apoproteins to make it water soluble to travel in your bloodstream, and we now label them as chylomicrons. What a wonderful system. Again, there is subgrouping of these triglycerides that are coated with a water-soluble capsule according to the length of fatty chains. The long-chain triglycerides microns take a different route through the Lacteal system, and the short and the medium-chain triglyceride chylomicrons are directly taken into the portal system and enters the liver for further metabolism and energy production. The system can be compared to a group of tourists being separated into two groups and taken in different directions for sightseeing. The long-chain fatty acids are taken through the lacteals in the gut to the thoracic duct, which carries these fatty acids as chylomicrons and delivers to the left subclavian vein. Through the subclavian vein, these long-chain fatty acids enters the right chambers of the heart, then via the lung vessels after blood being oxygenated, pumped through the heart to be fed into the body tissues, and the excess are stored in the adipose cells. As mentioned, the short and medium chain fatty acids are directly taken into the liver through the portal veins as chylomicrons. Animal-derived foods such as lard, bacon, dairy, beef, eggs, etc. have long-chain fatty acids in addition to olive oil and other long-chain dietary oils. Short-chain and medium-chain triglycerides form into chylomicrons and directly transported to the liver through the portal veins as mentioned before. So the coconut oil you consume in your curries has medium-chain fatty acids referred to as MCTs, and as such directly enters the liver through the portal veins. In the liver, it is totally metabolized, making it readily available as an energy source. Coconut oil is one of the worst foods you can eat and is pure poison, a Harvard professor has said. In a speech at the prestigious American university, Dr. Karin Michael warned against consuming it. If this professor's findings are true, the livers of Asians and others who use coconut in their daily staple diets should have severe liver damage. Today in the US, coconut diets are promoted in slimming diets and most popular. Let us now talk about short-chain fatty acids. Short-chain fatty acids are found in types of cheeses, butter, and cow's milk. They are also secreted by the gut bacteria through fermentation of prebiotics and resistant starch, and they are essential for your gut, body, and even brain health. High-fiber foods such as fruits, veggies, legumes, and whole grains encourage the production of short-chain fatty acids through fermentation by the gut microbes. The short and medium-chain fatty acids absorbed as triglycerides enters the liver through the portal veins as mentioned earlier. The liver then sends these triglycerides to the muscle cells for energy or adipose fat cells for storage. Evidence shows that eating foods rich in polyunsaturated fatty acids instead of saturated fatty acids improve blood cholesterol levels, which can decrease your risk of heart disease and diabetes type 2. On the same token, we must say that saturated fatty acids in food are used as raw products in the liver to form cholesterol. The liver has a homeostatic mechanism to distribute the right amount of cholesterol into the bloodstream. It is the dietary triglycerides that are more dangerous than cholesterol to harm the health of the heart. Hope this talk was useful to understand what happens to the dietary fats you eat. Please look after your health. Do not wait till you are afflicted with a chronic disease to start thinking about your body health, but practice good health daily. Goodbye for now and stay safe.